The Rann of Kutch is an otherworldly place. Scorched by the sun, this is a harsh landscape. And yet, it is home to some of India's rarest mammals. And there are thousands of visitors from far-away lands. Wetlands of ancient origins that offer a mind-boggling range of diversity and colors. Monitoring them all are an assortment of powerful predators. Welcome to the Little Rann of Kutch. Only the toughest species can survive in this desolate world. A small succulent known locally as morer not only thrives in the salt desert, but it is also a key food plant for the survival of a rare and threatened mammal. For it may seem that the sparse landscape is no place for large herbivores. But the Indian wild ass, also known as ghorkur, is a hardy animal that can survive against the odds. They once roamed large parts of Asia, but are now only found here in Gujarat. Kutch is the last refuge of this stunning survivor from a bygone era. There are less than 8,000 individuals known to exist in the wild. So this is a very precious herd. From a distance, they seem peaceful, but we are about to witness a curious and strange behavior. The mating rituals of the wild ass are known to be brutal affairs. But all is not what it seems to be. These are two young males engaging in a harsh but yet friendly form of play fighting. The playful shake of the heads is a sign that this is not a serious fight. They usually tend to switch between defensive and offensive roles, but here it is obvious that one animal is adopting the dominant role. Attempts to get on the back are a clear sign of dominant behavior, and both are trying to outdo each other. The continuous biting and kicking can be very painful, but the thick hides of the ghorkur protect the animals from serious injury. The sheer strength and power of the animals shows us the raw, almost untamable nature of the wild asses. However, despite the abundant stamina of these young males, it is only a matter of time before they both will tire out. As the two young males take their fights down a few notches, it is clear that the rest of the herd has had enough of their antics. And they keep on moving. After all, some members are more interested in finding food and shelter. The foals are almost all grown up, but they will still stick around with their mothers for a few more months. This herd is very fortunate to find refuge in the Indian wild ass sanctuary. The word Rann means desert in Gujarati, but this landscape is a mixture of habitats that are full of surprises at every turn. The Little Rann of Kutch is in India's western state of Gujarat. The true description of the region is that it is a vast salt marsh with a dual personality. Together with the Great Rann of Kutch, the Little Rann of Kutch is a remnant of what would once have been a massive estuary. Every year, the monsoon waters inundate fragments of the dried out land, and they form wetlands that are brimming with life. These ever-changing water bodies are bird-watching areas of international significance, for they have a record of over 200 species of birds. The headlines may be stolen by stunning species like the flamingos, but all around them are a high diversity of birds that have their own unique feeding methods. Black-tailed corvids use their long beaks to catch underwater invertebrates. It clearly does not want to miss out on any food as it actively dives the head in and out of the water. Spoonbills are graceful birds that use their flat bills to scan the water and scoop out any available food. But the star species of these wetlands is a winter visitor, and they do not come alone, but flocks of demoiselle cranes can easily reach into their thousands. These are nervous and noisy long-distance migrants. It takes them a long time to decide where it is safe to settle down. The immense numbers of the entire flock make for a stunning and rare wildlife spectacle. And yet, even after landing, some anxious individuals keep the flock on their toes. On their long migration journeys, these cranes travel dangerous hunting territories across Russia and Central Asia, and their fear of humans is justified. At the first sight of danger, some individuals immediately take to the air, and with them the entire flock takes off as well. A breathtaking aerial sight that is unique to wild places like the Little Rann of Kutch. But the cranes are not the only birds that travel together in large flocks. The rich wetlands attract huge numbers of other birds such as pelicans. It may seem like these huge birds are taking up all the space, but fortunately, there are plenty of such islands available for others to rest. A white stork walks proudly against the mixed flock, seemingly unaware that it is an uncommon visitor in India. Large numbers of Eurasian or common cranes have also flown in from Central Asia. And mixed species of cormorants are happy to be on some of the smaller islands as they battle against the hot weather. The number of species that find refuge here are a testament to the excellent conservation measures that are being carried out in Kutch. The shallow waters are an excellent refuge for most of the birds, as they are able to stay away from predators and also search for food in safety. But there are other factors that attract such a wide diversity of birds here. The combination of salty water, extreme heat, and receding water levels left over from the monsoon have an amazing effect on the invertebrate populations here. A booming insect population that allows birds like this yellow wagtail to engage in the joyful pursuit of abundant food. And framed by a camouflage pretend goal, other smaller birds also take advantage of the bountiful food. It is unusual to see shy species like snipes wander bravely outside into the open. But this is probably because it knows that they have a natural security system close by. Red wattled lapwings are the first to give out any alarm calls should they spot any danger. Not only that, they are also willing to defend against predators themselves. A juvenile eagle thinks it has not been seen as it tries to pick out a prey. Meanwhile, one of the lapwings is getting ready to be deployed into battle mode. Spurred on by the other lapwings, it takes off. As it flies in, the eagle realizes it has been noticed and decides to perch elsewhere. As the dry season truly begins, the waters will continue to recede, and they leave behind fertile ground which is quickly covered in a rich and exuberant layer of soft grass. Hardy trees that have evolved to survive the weather extremes offer perching spots to bold, showy birds such as bee-eaters, and their thorny branches offer safe spaces for quick and shy birds such as the clamorous reed warblers. The soft ground that looks almost like a neatly mown lawn offers another contrasting and unexpected landscape in the Little Rann of Kutch. During the monsoon, this entire area will be covered in water, so this is the perfect opportunity to make some good use of this temporary habitat. And there are some stunning and unique birds who are doing exactly that. With their iconic crests and wonderful markings, hoopoes are unmistakable. They love to drill in the soft mud to find insects and grubs. Their unique body shape is designed to almost behave like a ground woodpecker. But these hard-working birds are being carefully watched by someone. A drongo is keenly observing the hoopoes, and it would love to eat some of that tasty food the hoopoes are digging up. It launches itself and flies low over the hoopoes. But the clever hoopoes are too smart to fall for the drongo's tricks. The hoopoes seem to have amazing senses that give them an excellent positional awareness. This helps them identify predators and robbers alike. Away from the watery paradise, the Rann of Kutch starts to become dry and dusty again. Larks, like this crested lark, are specialized birds that thrive in the desert or semi-desert environments. Their melodious songs make up for any lack of colors. After all, they have evolved to blend into this harsh environment. The contrasting dark and light shades of the ashy-crowned sparrowlark also make it very difficult for predators to locate. All these dull-colored birds of the desert must live and find food in a very challenging place. And as if that's not enough, they are tormented by the fear of various predatory species like this harrier that flies low and can swoop up any bird within seconds. But a unique predator is hiding and waiting for the heat of the day to subside. It is secretive and very difficult to find. Even within this frame, you may struggle to see it until we zoom in. During the day, the short-eared owl finds a roosting spot on the ground, and it does not move. A thick bush like this one hides the bird so well that if you were walking past it, the bird would just be a blur. But isolated thickets like this one hide other creatures that find shelter here too. A little desert fox cub, seemingly all alone, can easily fall prey to any predators. It is late evening and the hungry cub is keen for some food. And there is a reason why it seems so relaxed. It knows that its mother is not far away. She hides behind the thorny and impenetrable bush like a blur. Her movements are so quiet and measured that the sound of the leaves and the wind obscure her completely. Desert foxes are a subspecies of the red fox. Here in India, these foxes live in hidden thorny bushes where they build their dens and search for food. This fox is methodically covering a specific area as she uses her powerful nose to detect any food on the ground. If she finds any small mammals, she will quickly pounce upon them. However, like their larger cousins, these foxes can survive on a variety of foods, and in lean times, any fallen fruits or seeds will also be a welcome snack. But she also has one eye on her den and her cub. The black lining under her tail distinguishes her from other species of foxes found in India, such as the Indian fox. This beautiful animal is a fortunate creature to find refuge in the Little Rann of Kutch. Our quest for wildlife in the Little Rann of Kutch was full of early starts. This protected area covers over 5,000 square kilometers, so we had to cover a lot of distance in a very short space of time. Smooth roads gave way to some very, very bumpy rides. The stark nature of the landscape seems very barren indeed, and it proved extremely difficult to locate any wildlife easily. The open salt desert is a mesmerizing sight because it gives you an illusion of an extensive sandy beach. But this is a mirage because the ancient tectonic plate movements have taken the Rann much further inland. Filming the skittish wild asses required us to approach the animals very carefully from a safe distance. Some creatures, like the desert fox, required patience and local knowledge. But one of the hardest to locate was the short-eared owl. The perfectly camouflaged bird took us over 2 hours to find. But parts of the Little Rann of Kutch are also working landscapes, where people and domestic animals share a delicate ecosystem. Specially protected areas like the Wild Ass Sanctuary are fantastic reserves to find some unique wildlife. While being well known as a major site for the production of crude salt, the Rann of Kutch had another surprise for us. The land outside the protected areas is so fertile that we found a variety of food crops growing all around us. Even legumes growing abundantly on individual plants. But as the evening set in, we had to say our goodbyes to this wonderful corner of India as we moved on to another part of Gujarat.